Hey guys, welcome in. Today we have volume 8 of viewer comments. We have some really interesting stuff to get to today. We will be discussing the commitment of 2025 5-star safety Anquon Fegans, as well as a slightly different take on the Bozo OU Fan of the Week, so stay tuned for that. Remember, we do these every Monday, so if you have a question or comment you want to be featured in one of the videos, shoot me a DM on Twitter or Instagram, or simply leave a comment on one of these videos. But before we get into it today, if you are enjoying the videos, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, and let's get into it. Alright, so first up today we have Matthew Martinez saying, love the videos, man. Thank you, Matthew. Question for next week's video. Say Grinch's defense turns out to be another flop next year, knock on wood. Who are some good defensive coordinator candidates you would like to see replace him? So if that happens, I have my eyes on 4 names: Jim Leonhard, Will Muschamp, Phil Parker, and Brian Brown. Jim Leonhard is obvious, we all know who that is. Will Muschamp has a very intense and successful defensive pedigree that I think would be a good yin to Lincoln Riley's yang. Phil Parker always has great defenses over there at Iowa, and if you have to go into the Big Ten with a new defensive coordinator, what better way to do it than with a guy who has years and years of Big Ten experience? And Brian Brown is currently Cincinnati's defensive coordinator. I think he's a rising star. I would love to see him come to SC, but I would love to see any of those 4. But of course, my preference would be that the defense turns it around this year and Alex Grinch proves a lot of people wrong, because that probably means at minimum we made the college football playoff. Okay, next we have Matt Rancho saying, Traquan's little brother Anquon, the #1 safety in the 2025 class, just committed to USC. Yeah, so big news there. I didn't feel a 2025 commit warranted its own video, and like I have told you guys, I'm not in the business of wasting your time, so we'll talk about it now. This is a big time commitment. Just taking a look over at 247, Anquon is rated as the #1 safety in the 2025 class. So obviously getting Anquon and his older brother Traquan out of the state, and in Traquan's case, the program of Alabama, is big time. We have really seen the staff start to take more of a national approach when it comes to high school recruiting. So big pickup. He does have 2 more years of high school left, so I am a little hesitant to make any declarations about the player's ability or strengths, but anytime you get a player of this pedigree, it's always a big win. Next, we have Bryce Olson saying, with all the new players added, I don't see a team that beats us. Tell me what you think will be our toughest games, because I'm not seeing a loss in year 2. Alright, I hear what you're saying, Bryce, but a lot of the teams on our schedule have gotten a lot better as well. I do think we're better than every team on our schedule, but asking a team to have their bye week in week 3 and play 9 straight weeks of football, I mean, that's just really tough. As for the toughest individual game, there's a lot of options. At Notre Dame will be incredibly tough. I mean, pick any of the last 3 with Washington or UCLA at home. At Oregon, that's my pick currently, playing at Autzen. The venom for USC will be at an all-time high during that game. It's going to be an absolute snake pit. That will be the loudest environment any SC team will have played in since maybe 09 at the Shoe. But I do think we'll end the regular season at 11-1. Where the loss comes from, I'm not sure. I keep flipping back and forth on that one. Alright, next we have one super thanks this week, and it comes from Shanks. He says, so firstly, just wanted to say that the portal isn't closed for grad transfers yet. Secondly, just wanted to know your thoughts on why we aren't pursuing another guy for the D-line. Somebody like Isaac Akua or Kamari Stevens who had massive production last season. Alright, so first off, thank you so much for the support, Shanks. It really helps out a ton. As for your question, I do think we're set at both defensive end and at edge. I do think we could stand to add one more interior guy, but I think the development of guys like Devin Tompkins, or the ability to move inside that we saw from Purdue transfer Jack Sullivan, there's just a lot of options for Alex Grinch and Sean Nua to play around with. Having said that, I would like to see one more guy. Sean Washington from Georgia would be a nice get, but I think we're pretty much set aside from that. Alright, next we have W4094 asking, any news about facilities and upgrades? We desperately need to step up our game there. Well, I don't have any news for you. There are various rumors floating around, not confirmed obviously. Our football locker room, and in particular the baseball facilities, are in a desperate need of an upgrade, so I agree with you 100%. I will say there is news coming. Lincoln has made it a point since his introductory press conference that the facilities are going to get upgraded. And finally, we wrap it up today with the Bozo OU Fan of the Week, but we're spinning this around this week. Roy Stringfellow says, came across this video as I was looking for something on college football from Joe Klatt. Caught my attention, so I watched it. I am a huge Sooner fan, and outside of the way Lincoln left, which was terrible, he is a great coach and you all got a good one. Just need some defense, but hey, so do we. I think our defense will be much improved this year. Can't get much worse. I am excited as a Sooner fan on us winning a Big 12 championship again this year, but time will tell. I would love to see the Trojans end up in the playoffs and maybe us as well. And we could play each other. Would love that. Good luck to you guys, and don't pay attention to those haters of Lincoln. Again, outside of the way he left, he is a great coach. Boomer Sooner, go Trojans. So Roy, thank you for the wonderful comment. I feel like there are a lot more Sooner fans like Roy here than there are of Sooner fans you've seen featured on this segment. I really appreciate Roy because when you come to this channel out of context and watch my Bozo OU Fan of the Week segment, you might think I'm picking on the OU fans, but Roy really saw things through our eyes, and that's just really cool. As a lot of my early subscribers can attest to, early on this channel had a big problem with OU fans in the comment section berating and harassing people, but the first time I featured an OU fan in one of these videos, I noticed a drop off in angry OU fans in the comment section, so it's a deterrent of sorts. I don't want you guys to have to respond to crazed Sooner fans when you're just trying to talk about SC football. So that's one of the main reasons I continue to do this segment, but if I'm going to call out the awful OU fans, I feel that it's my responsibility to point out when the good ones reveal themselves. So Roy, thank you. Your comment truly made my day. Alright guys, so that is all the comments and questions we have for this week. I really do look forward to making these videos. And again, if you want to have your question or comment featured, make sure to comment on any of my videos throughout the week, although you'll have a much higher shot of being featured if you shoot me a DM on Twitter or Instagram. But having said that, that will do it for me today guys. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to help support the channel in an even bigger way, you can do so over on my Patreon for only $1 a month. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. You're all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.